don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Go! To last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. Yeah. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop.
Sexy good. What's up, John? Oh my God.
Guys, I told him I'm a dingus. I forgot to hit the unmute button. I told him, I was like, I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to forget. Guys, I forgot. But welcome back. Actually, welcome to the very first episode of the Hendrix Hookup. I love seeing everybody in chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Give me a thumbs up if you can. But we got the man, the myth, the legend, as I was saying earlier, Tyler over at Hendrix. Gotta love him.
What's up, guys?
Also, shout out to Hendrix. Is it girlfriend, fiance? I don't want to screw this up.
Girlfriend. Girlfriend's good.
She got us the amazing logo, which you guys probably see right above there on top of us, the dog with the fish. I thought that was absolutely perfect for this podcast. And as you guys saw in the intro, if you're here on YouTube and on Spotify, our slogan is grab a cold one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing a cold one. I know Tyler's got a little something different. I'm grabbing a little alcoholic beverage. We're going to crack this open. And today we're just going to chill. We figured we'd bring you guys a podcast that basically it's just going to be fun. We're going to talk a little bit about fishing, talk a little bit about the industry, answer some questions. I know a couple guys were asking if we could divulge on some tips and tricks. So I'm always willing to do that for you guys. But this is just going to be fun. This isn't meant to be a boring lecture style, anything like that. Everybody's saying we're Thug Life, gangster logo. Oh, everybody loves it. So, yes, give her some love. I know Tyler's tagged her in some stuff, so definitely we'll have to give her some props for that.
Yeah, Peacefully KR. Head on over. She's actually painting a mural right now over at the Woodstock Festival.
Real quick, anybody else cracking one open with me? Cheers to y'all. But, man, it has been a while. I know a few of you guys have probably seen back in the day. We did the Fish Talk podcast with Jeremy. But we figured we'd do something a little different, have a little fun with it. And Tyler, actually, you came up to me and said, hey, we should do something fun and do a little podcast, reach out to some folks. But
yeah, I mean, let's do something fun. Let's do something different. Let's not be annoying about it. I mean, our lives have been going well. We go live just about every Friday now. We have a lot of fun. We get Heavy Z in there. They're always fun. That's Dylan and Daniel Zamalik, our brand ambassadors. Those guys are hilarious, man. If you guys haven't seen it, head on over to Heavy Z Fishing on Instagram after the show and check out the reel that Daniel just made. The guy had me rolling. I was almost in tears.
It may have to do with this beautiful shirt, which
yeah, these goodness.
I believe there's gonna be some going live, isn't there?
Yeah, they're gonna be. Actually, you can see one right behind me. They're going to go live on the website very soon. Actually, I might even be able to get to that tonight, but very soon I'm going to have them live on the website. I know we don't have any larges left, which most guys wear large, but we will have mediums, some extra large, 2X, 3X, smalls. It'll all be up there. We're going to try to restock the large.
Well, and other fun news, I'm gonna come out and divulge stuff. Episode 1, let's no secrets, boys. We're all cracking cold ones here. Guys, there's gonna be some amazing gear, Hendrix fishing gear coming your way. Not only does the man have some amazing baits like the Predator, his stick worms, the Whisker Biscuits. God, I love that name, by the way. Because of you and your dad, I had to go and do a little Google search of a Whisker Biscuit. Yeah. If you're under the age, I don't recommend looking it up. But anybody at home, Google Whisker Biscuit. It's not the bait.
Yeah, Hendrix Fishing did not know what that actually meant. We were informed by our father, my father, as to what that actually meant. And to me, I looked at the bait, and that's what I thought about immediately. So, if you're into Whisker Biscuits, I mean, we sell them. They're on the website.
But yeah, we were. If you guys have been in the Instagram lives, you follow us on Instagram, like I said, Part-Time Fisher, and then we got Hendrix Fishing Co. I got our Instagrams listed below our names, but we've talked about it. I'm bringing you guys the No Sleeve Army, some cut-off T-shirts. It says hashtag No Sleeve Army on the back, Hendrix on the front. That is coming. Trust me. We want to make sure the quality's up to par, because if it's not, we don't want to give it to you guys.
That's not Hendrix Fishing, right?
That's Hendrix Fishing right there. It's, American custom, but it's got to be good quality. We also might be having some banners, so I can get rid of the Mercury one, and there's going to be a nice, beautiful Hendrix one behind me here. God, what else do we have? Water bottles possibly coming, shorts, T-shirts, hoodies, ice fishing boys. You got anybody
Hats.
north, you're going to need that. We got some hats. We did do some camo patterns, kind of like this. They're not going to be the gray color, but we did some camo patterns. So stay tuned for that. But enough of the sales pitch, guys. It's not why you're listening to this beautiful podcast. We figured episode 1, why not introduce ourselves a little bit for anybody that doesn't know who we are, any new listeners. Myself, part-time fisher. It's in the name. I get out and fish as much as I can. Tyler says I fish more than part-time, but I sell cars by day, fish by night, kind of my superhero alter ego there. But I record videos, kind of show you guys a little bit of unboxings. I like to do, a little bit of the tournament fishing side of it, some Wednesday night tournament stuff. And then even some days where the fish might win, I record. So, but for the folks that don't know, I'll let him introduce himself a little bit. But the man behind Hendrix Fishing, right next to me here, is Tyler. And Tyler, what do you got to say?
Tyler, myself, one-man army pretty much. My brother Ken, he's in the chat probably. He's been helping me lately. My girlfriend helps me. She draws logos. You'll see her logos on the packaging for stickworms, whisker biscuits. Other than Hendrix Fishing, by the day, I work as a behavior technician with kids with developmental disabilities, and I also coach. I'm a basketball coach, a high school basketball coach. So I am a man of multiple trades, multiple fields, and I am always multitasking and trying my best to grow my company in the meantime. That's just about me. I fish when I can, as much as I can. I've been fishing since I was in diapers, man. You start out with that pole with the click button. What do you even call those, John?
Oh, that is it's technically a bait caster, but it's a
right. It's like a mini bait caster, children's rod.
The good old Zepcos, baby.
And I've been catching fish since I was a little boy, and I love it. I've always loved it. Nothing like being a kid in the summertime fishing on the boat with your dad, your brother, your little sister, getting cooked in the sun. If the bite gets a little slow, you jump off the boat, go swimming. That's me. There's not much to it.
Oh man. So that's a little background about us. We figured we get that away episode 1. Might as well kind of tell you guys what you're going to be getting into. Like I said earlier, we mentioned it's going to be chill, laid back. We might talk a little about fishing, might talk about a little bit about life, might talk about who knows what we're drinking, what we're feeling. You never know. Hopefully no heartbreaks or anything like that. I'm married, so hopefully no more heartbreaks. We'll figure that out as life comes and hits us. But also, guys, we will be, I know Tyler on the Hendrix Instagram page, so make sure you're following. He'll post from time to time for a chance for you guys to ask us questions that you would like us to answer live. It could be about any of those things I just mentioned. So also, if you tune in live when we go live on Instagram, on YouTube, also hit us up in the chat. If you guys got a question, go ahead, throw it in the chat. We'll look at it, and if we can get a chance to answer it, we'd love to try to answer the question. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be fishing related. This is fun. Yes, we fish, so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. If that's not your thing, we get it.
Right.
But yes, the brothers, Heavy Z Fishing, he's got it right. What you thinking? What you drinking?
Thinking, what you drinking?
Or I think he reverses it. I think he says, what you drinking, what you thinking. But either way, it's all good. So, also.
Look, I'm like Dylan.
Oh, snap. There is Hendrix himself, the dog. Or is that? Nope, that's Coda. Sorry, I'm looking at a smaller screen.
Hendrix wouldn't be on my lap.
Hendrix didn't want to come up on the lap. I forgot Hendrix is a big boy.
Yeah, Hendrix can't even fit through the doorway right now.
But yeah, for anybody that didn't know, as you're finding out, Tyler, his last name isn't Hendrix. I know there's a lot of confusion out there. That's actually the name of his dog. Thus, our logo for the podcast.
There you go.
Why do you MEPS part-time? Why do I from fam? Oh, I knew it was going to. So one of the guys that we fish with quite a bit, Muffin, is his nickname. I won't call him out too much past that. Is asking, I've got an affection with MEPS lures. It's a thing, but they do catch fish, and he's just jealous. It's okay. So, I mean, I can't be the only one. I mean, somebody out there that's listening has to also throw MEPS religiously and catch good fish on it. It can't just be me.
I think it's just you, John.
Okay.
Does anybody else out there use MEPS?
I'll be curious. Hit me up if you don't. I'll show you why you should. I mean, here, we'll look behind me. I've got a MEPS Distinguished Angler. That is for a 1 pound bluegill. We have a northern pike and a largemouth bass.
The comments are piling up there, it looks like.
Oh, man.
Are you getting hated on? Oh, still going.
Just a little, but it's all good. Oh, there we go. Stowman Lures. His PB Smalley was on the Mountain Maps. But also, guys, shout out to Stowman Lures. Go check him out on Instagram. He is one of the bait makers we have had in the box before. Oh, geez. What was the last one? What did he do? Was it like a swim bait or something, Tyler?
No, I mean, that was probably one of the first baits he had in the box. Because I don't know if you guys know, Hendrix Fishing, we started the box started, I should say, last July. We tried it. We took a break. For those of you that don't know, Hendrix Fishing almost went out of business August. And then September came, and we were like, let's go, and let's just go for that box. And we started, and we took off. We had guys like Tech Baits, Flirt Skirt Fishing, Stoneman, those guys, Riverwise Fishing. Those guys helped us take the box off, and Stoneman put in November, I want to say, these swim bait, glide baits, and those things were sick. I might actually have one behind me if you want me to pull it out.
Well, I was going to say, talking about these other small businesses, which we absolutely love small businesses. So if there's any small businesses out there listening, I don't even care if you're in the fishing community. If there's any small business out there that would like a little exposure and wants to come on to the Hendrix Hookup, let us hook you up. Let's get you out on the podcast. Let's talk about your business. I don't care if you bake cupcakes or if you make baits, but we love small American businesses here at Hendrix. So please hit us up. And guys, let us know. Is that something you want to see? Do you want us to get other bait makers? Do you want to get other small businesses out here? Do you want us to have other guests other than we're definitely get the Heavy Z Fishing Brothers out here because those boys, it's gonna get wild, but it'll be fun. But what would you guys like to see? What do you want us to talk about? This is fun. This is the first episode. We're just kind of feeling what you guys want. We'll go from there. But
right, and guys, you can send us an email, tyler@hendrixfishing.com, if you have anything, apparel. You make mugs, you make anything that you think that could help our business. Honestly, just send me an email. We could probably get them on the website. Maybe hold some stock for you guys if you're out there with a business.
Now, Tyler, one of the questions that popped up here live in chat from
Yes.
Heavy Z Fishing, he wants to know, Tyler, how long have you been making baits? Other than just selling them, how long have you been making baits? Because I know you have actually made some of your own baits.
Yeah, I mean, I've been making baits I've been experimenting making baits for a while. I officially started making baits back in 2019 that were actually quality and usable. Kaylee actually thought I was crazy because I started cutting spoons and grinding them and turning them into my own little spoons to fish the reservoirs. And I was painting them with nail polish, and then I just got more and more into the experiment, started buying molds. The first mold I got was a 6-inch, what's that brand? Do It Molds stick worm. It was super thick, super gross looking. The colors were terrible. My brother was there. We were doing it on the back porch, fooling around, just making all kinds of crazy colors. Really, my brother's been. I want to say my brother's been making baits just as long as I have too, because he even took a class in school that taught him how to tie spinners and make baits when he was in high school. So I think we've both been at it for quite a while. I don't have a specific time for you, but 2019 is when we started selling lures.
There we go. A little bit more background of Hendrix there. But
Yeah.
I figured for episode 1, why not? Let's start a little controversy in the fishing world, seeing as we do like fishing. Let's talk ICast 2022. I know first off, it's something we've talked about possibly going to next year, not necessarily having a booth, but as going as a buyer.
Right. No, I don't see. I don't think having a booth for us is beneficial right now. But I think Hendrix Fishing and maybe a couple pro staff or
Go out on a
ambassadors
scouting
should
mission, find some other.
go out on a scouting mission. Maybe find some
Yep.
unique companies. We have a lot of unique companies that went to
Yeah, I was gonna
ICast,
say. I
right?
think one of them we've had in the box for was, I think, was Stump Thumper Baits. He was
Yep,
out
he was
showcasing
there.
some of his open pours that he does. And the cool part is everybody at ICast
Yeah.
understands that he's using somebody else's mold, but it's what he's doing with the mold that he's showcasing. So
Right.
it's not always about
Right.
the latest greatest mold, anything like that. It's also what are guys doing with what's out there, because let's all admit it is super hard to come up with something original in the fishing industry. But being able to
Right.
take something that's already out there and maybe tweaking it, editing it, making it your own, that's what where everybody's kind of interested to see, interesting to find out kind of thing.
Right, and everybody has their own uniqueness to them. I watch a lot of Chris Jones, World's Worst Fishing. He has his own unique ways that he does things. I have my own unique ways. I feel like I like to include pearl in a lot of my stuff when I make soft plastics. Bright silver glitter, holographic glitter. I mean, Stump Thumper likes to get crazy with it. He likes to pour. I believe I saw a bait that Epic Bait Molds posted of his at ICast. It was like a brown, and then it faded into an orange and then red, or something like that, or orange and
then,
yellow. You have to check over on the Epic Baits Instagram, but that's pretty sick that he's able to do that. You know, big companies
Well,
can't
then,
do that.
I was gonna say in the comments
what
that somebody else
what you
pointed out
need.
another company that we love on in the Hendrix family is Jawtech Baits. If you guys remember Jawtech Baits from
Jawtech,
back in the
yep.
day, I believe it's his son that's now taken over and has brought back the
Yeah,
company.
father.
And he was actually out releasing. What was the new bait? He released a new bait at ICast, and it's debuting on our website, isn't it?
Showing off everything. Yeah. So Hendrix Fishing, I believe, is the only online retailer for Jawtech. So I think part of Colt from Jawtech's goal when he went to ICast was to branch out, maybe get in some bigger tackle stores, get in more online shops. And he said that it was awesome because I had a conversation with him. It was awesome to look be in the big leagues and look those big guys in the face, which I think would be awesome too. But it's cool to know that we're selling a company that is growing so fast and used to be such an amazing original company out of Texas, and everything's original, everything's designed in-house. And he just released the baby bowfins, which are on our website, and that's kind of what he was showcasing, was his uniqueness and the differences between, like, yes, he might be making his baits in a large scale, but he's different, he's unique, he does it in a unique way, and I don't know, what would you say? He's bringing his father's business
He's bringing
back
it
to
to life,
life.
but I like how
you
he's
know?
adding his own flair to it, because it's not he has
Right.
it's the old school Jawtech like everybody loves and remembers, but these new baits, these new colors, they're definitely his colors, his designs, and I'm loving it.
Right. Did you see that motor
Motor
oil?
is dirty, literally, pun intended. Motor oil is
Yeah,
dirty.
that motor oil is different, though. And I haven't seen a motor oil like that in some
But
time.
let's get to the list here. I pulled up, and I will work on making it to where I could show what I'm looking at now on screen for anybody watching as well. But I'll be curious to see what chat thinks too. And Tyler, let's I'm going to give you the guess here, because obviously I got the answers in front of me. ICast pick for 2022 Best in Show, Best Freshwater Reel. If you know the reel, that's amazing, but at least give me the brand. Who do you think won Best Freshwater Reel? Okay,
I'll say
spin
Penn.
or bait cast. Okay,
Spin.
let's let chat kind of jump in on this. I'll be curious to see what everybody thinks as well. Guys, this one may surprise you, may not. When I say it, you'll probably go, oh, that makes sense. We're getting some guesses, and I think somebody in chat may have gotten it right, but you're right, at least in spinning. It is a Shimano Stella FX spinning
Wow.
reel. Now, I'm pulling it up
Wow.
on Tackle Warehouse here. Any guesses on how much this spinning reel is? Just
Do I want to
any
know?
guesses? Take a guess. Man, that would be a
$200?
bargain. By the way, the best in show for real freshwater is a $749.99 reel.
Wow.
It better be dang good for $749.99.
Yeah, I mean, that's top of the line right there, right?
Oh man, we're getting some more things popping up. Chat, guys, we're guessing Lose. Lose would have been a great one. Lose came in strong. They've got a huge selection of stuff. Did you see the new Mach 2 designs? Okay, so
I haven't.
this might be controversial for some folks, but I am a huge supporter of Lose fishing rods and reels. Some of their combos, they're definitely the cheaper end, but they do have a great, I think budget friendly would be the best way to put it. In the Mach series, first off, aesthetically is gorgeous. Second off, it doesn't break the bait. I think it's under $200. You can get a bait cast combo that's going to cover everything for you. But yeah, they came out with a new Elite TI thing. I mean, yeah, pick for, oh wow, I can't even pick a fun, Pacific Fun, something like that. That would have, I've heard of them. I wouldn't have guessed them, but who do you think had, moving along with the reel? So you had the Shimano reel for $750, best in show. I mean, Shimano makes good product. Let's admit it. I'm rocking some Corrado DCs. I mean, you rocking any Shimano stuff yet, Tyler?
I don't use Shimano. Honestly, I'm with you on Lose. I love Lose.
I mean, just for, is it a price thing or is it just because you've never really...
Well, I haven't really branched off. It's not really a price thing. It's just I haven't really branched off that way. I'm stuck on Lose. Always have been. I mean, you could grab, like you said, a $200 combo and you're good for a long time. And, you know, for you to get something that efficient for the price that you're paying, I mean, that's more beneficial to me than anything. I'd rather own 3 Lose combos than one Shimano reel.
I'm going to guess for
you know what I'm saying?
next one here. The next category is best freshwater rod. What rod are you going to, do you think won? What brand? Now, this doesn't matter. It looks like it covers, it is a casting series. I'll give you that. It is a casting series rod.
See, what I would tell you is Guggen's probably going to win that for some reason, but because I have a weird feeling that Guggen, but I haven't looked at any of the ICast
This is a
stuff,
brand I actually respect from growing up in Colorado trout fishing. I've never used their casting rods. I've actually only used their spinning rods, but is the St. Croix Legend Tournament Series casting rod. Now, this rod is once again a pricier rod. It is $295 to $345 depending on the rod. But I will admit, at least with St. Croix rods, they're made here. Here, they're actually based out, I believe it's Wisconsin. So supporting another American-made brand. But second off is the quality. If you guys haven't checked out a St. Croix rod, the quality is amazing. I've gone to like real estate sales, garage sales where people had those laying there for like $5, not realizing that that's like $100-something rod they had just sold me for $5.
Yeah,
so
because they don't necessarily look as clean as the other rods. You know what I'm saying? They just have that basic.
But that makes it clean. It's the cork handle, subtle green texture to it.
Yeah,
but
right.
olive texture. But
I want to rewind and let you know that I said Guggen because it just seems like everybody is gravitating in that direction. I'm just assuming that I didn't think they were actually the highest quality. I was just thinking
as much as I want to give them a hard time, I have not tried a Guggen rod. So if anyone out there has tried one, please let me know. I'm actually really curious because they had some really good deals going on the MTB for their 10th anniversary. Price isn't horrible for their stuff. So I mean, if it's a decent rod, I'm glad it's getting more people into fishing at a good price if it's good equipment. But it's
not made here. Why would it not be a good price?
True. I mean, that is the reason why St. Croix rods cost a little bit more. But I mean, in the fishing industry, it's hard to get stuff made here. Some of the guesses though were a G Loomis. That's a good guess. And then another one was 13 Fishing. Good rods, good budget rod. Unfortunately, it's hard to compete when you're competing with like $400 St. Croix and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to skip over saltwater, but I do want to point out this one surprised me. So, best saltwater rod. Any guess? I mean, I don't know a lot of saltwater. Maybe you do.
I mean, I know a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to say
little
this
here, a little there.
Let me know if this is what you would have thought of. Ugly Stick Carbon Inshore. That's right. And I know there's a guy in here in chat I'm watching, and you guys listeners out there, you guys probably, if you do a lot of saltwater fishing, please let me know if that's something you think of. But a ugly stick. I remember growing up fishing ugly stick rods because it was the cheapest thing you can get from Walmart. My dad didn't want to get me anything expensive till I got into fishing.
Right.
But let me put it this way. I don't know a lot about inshore, but I feel like this is reasonable. It's a $99.95 rod. So just 5 cents under. It's called $100 rod for inshore. Now it is inshore. It's not deep. You're not deep sea cranking. This is definitely an inshore rod, but still. Who would have thought ugly stick?
But they're just so durable. I mean, they're built
ugly
durable.
sticks are crazy. They are built durable.
They're ugly, but they're durable, right?
So now,
I would have guessed Penn on that one again, because Penn makes a really nice spinning rod.
I have heard of Penn and Shimano
for.
I thought Shimano. I'm not gonna lie, because that's all I feel like I hear when guys are going, in the sea.
Kaylee has a Penn rod and reel combo, and that thing is so smooth. I don't know what exactly model, but that thing is so smooth. I want to.
Now the next category is something I've actually been doing a lot of research on. Seeing as I did pick up, I was fortunate. I've got a super steel. Everybody in the Hendrix family knows I got a super steel on a Panoptix Live Scope. So the Gen 2, the actual Live Scope, not Live Scope Plus, is a new one on a Garmin system. Love it. So, they come out with Live Scope Plus. Humminbird has stuff. Lowrance has stuff. What do you think the best electronic was at ICast?
I couldn't even give you a good guess.
Well, who do you think it was? Was it Garmin? Was it Humminbird? Was it Lowrance?
It's probably Lowrance.
I like that guess because Lowrance is definitely budget friendly and for what you get.
Right. Yeah.
It was actually the Humminbird Mega Live Target Lock with transducer.
I had a Humminbird. I mean, I don't use electronics I was gonna attempt to try.
Now
to use
this
electronics.
one kind of surprised me because all you hear is everybody talking about Live Scope. But
yeah,
watching the Bass Pro Classics and stuff, what is the one other thing you see on those guys' boats? They're rocking a Garmin with Live Scope, and then they're rocking the Humminbird. What is it? The 360.
The little
where it does more, where it gives you that 360 around the boat, which does. I heard apparently does a lot better in shallower water. So,
I couldn't tell you, man. Does anybody in the comments use electronics? Because I'm out of the electronic world.
Well, we're waiting on them. The next category I'm laughing about because
what's that behind you?
What's up?
There's some behind you there. What's that?
That is the Garmin EchoMap UHD 93 SV. That was the actual unit that came with my Live Scope box up there, and then this is my old ice fishing bundle, which is an EchoMap 63 that I am currently selling because I don't need it anymore now with this. So on my boat, I've got Lowrance currently, and I've loved it because I was able to get it at a good price. As somebody with a newer boat, it was great and it gets the job done. But man, I'll tell you what, these new electronics are kind of worth the money.
You can find the Lowrance in more locations too. If you're just shopping in person, you can find it. You're gonna find Lowrance. You're gonna find Garmin. You're not gonna find the Humminbird as much in person.
They're definitely at your bigger retail stores. But I'm laughing at the next one here because this is something I swear I think we were just fighting about it, or not necessarily fighting. We talked about it in your last live. It was more of just a question, just to kind of see. I think one of the guys was asking about budget fishing line, but shout out to Beyond Braid. I'm gonna tell you now. They unfortunately didn't win this category for best fishing line. I think they should have. That's just a little biased opinion. But best fishing line, who do you think it was? And what type of line? So we got braid, mono, or fluoro. Which type of line, and who do you think had the best fishing line for ICast 22?
Well, I feel like it's like Tri-line or something.
Tri-line? Okay. Okay, what type of tri-line?
Monofilament.
It was actually spider wire, Durabraid, braided line, and moss green. It's
come
the spider
on.
wire NeuroBraid is what it's called. I haven't used spider wire since my very first time trying braid because I saw the name and thought the packaging looked cool.
Exactly, and that's pretty much why anybody's ever used it, and because it's in Walmart, and it's probably the only braid you
So
can find
anybody
at
listening,
Walmart.
like I said, take it with a grain of salt because everybody has their own line. But if you want braid,
That's
Beyond
true.
Braid's gonna be your best friend. I rock
Beyond
their
Braid,
ice braid. I rock
um,
their high vis for a spinning reel. I rock the moss for my top water. Now I am a fluoro line guy as well. So I
all right,
use
what do you
Lynn,
use for
who I
that?
just actually found out was actually bought out by the company that owns Guggen Squad.
Wow.
Well,
So
it's not
Catchco.
Catchco. It is like
Who owns-
Great Outdoor, some LLC. It's a big yeah. They own. I found out they own a lot of stuff just in the outdoor world. So,
Huh.
but the best part though is the guys that sold it are still running the company. They just sold the rights to the company to the greater company. So that made me happy because I was worried that it was going to come out to the same Guggen line and just I wasn't a fan of that. But this stuff has Lyn, Lyn. It has great. It doesn't get a lot of memory, which is good, and it's super clear, super smooth. I've had no issues with it.
Two other companies that I find good are K9
Yep.
Fishing Line, which is a small brand. They make a good
I like
fluorocarbon
their,
and braid.
I like their lighter stuff, like their 9 and 12 pound. I love using that for leader line.
Yeah, they definitely make good light line for
I use the
hand
lighter
fishing and
line
stuff.
from them, and then I use Lyn for my heavier line.
There you go. I honestly, I have no reason to fish heavier line here. I just don't live in an area where we catch fish that big unless I'm fishing for trout.
Oh,
I mean, I'll run Beyond Braid and then I'll run a leader line.
so one of the guys in
K9.
chat, and I'm gonna have to Google this because I don't know if I remember. Do you remember a brand called Gorilla Braid? All right, I'm gonna
No,
look
I
this up
don't.
real quick here. Gorilla, spelling's hard, guys. Gorilla Braid.
Sounds crazy though.
Oh.
How many people we got in the chat
man.
today?
Yes, this stuff. Okay, Kevin Lynn, shout out to you, brother. Way to bring a blast from the past. I swear I saw this at Walmart. I swear this was like one of the main boxes of line you could get at Walmart. He says it's one of the first braids. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, that took me back there. Yeah, I remember that exact packaging. That's definitely a Walmart brand packaging if I've ever seen it. Look it up. Look it up. Like I said, it's Berkeley Gorilla, or maybe that's not the right one. It says Berkeley Gorilla Tough. Let me know if I'm right, but I remember seeing the Berkeley Gorilla Tough. If that's what you're talking about.
I think that's exactly what he's talking about. They actually still sell it.
It's never left.
Yeah, when you said Gorilla Braid, I didn't really put two and two together, but I definitely know.
Yep. Oh, that's too funny.
What's funny is I searched on Amazon Gorilla Braid fishing line, and Beyond Braid came up first thing.
But oh man. All right. Well, let's get back to it. This one may not surprise
heard
you.
of
Best tackle management.
What is that? That's
Bags,
talking about
boxes, tackle management. And stuff like that. Come on. Yes.
Plano.
But did you now I actually saw the video on this. I think this is amazing, especially since I now have every style and color of the Hendrix Voodoo Frog. They have a Plano Edge frog box where it'll dangle the frog.
Ooh.
So you hook it on and it dangles your frogs perfectly so your skirts don't get all messed up. The legs don't get all messed up.
I may have to invest in some of those. What if I buy a Plano frog box and
Full of
auction it
frogs?
off?
Ooh,
With
that'd be
frogs
so.
in it.
So just so
With
you know,
frogs in it.
the frog box is $54.99. It holds up to. It allows you to hang up to 50 frogs by their line ties. Holy 50 frogs!
50 frogs.
Holy cow! Hold on, how many frogs
Wow.
do I have here? I only have half
be
the
four-
box full.
14.
I only have half the box full. Okay, guys, I'm going on a shop. I'll add that to cart. The wife's gonna hate me doing this.
Oh boy. Watch out, sailor.
Best terminal tackle. This one actually surprised me because it's not
Is it hooks or weight?
terminal tackle.
It's everything. I couldn't give you an answer.
Z-Man. That's right. Z-Man.
Wow.
Diesel Eye Jig Head. Now, it's a 2-pack,
Okay.
and I guess depending on weight and all that, it's $5.99 for a 2-pack at the minimum to $11.99. I'm looking at it. I'm reading the details real quick. I don't see why it's so special. Guys, go check it out. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments below when this video goes live for anybody that missed it live. But it's just a normal jig head. See if I can.
What makes these decisions?
I don't know.
I'm
See, this is why we need to go. I'm curious who votes on it, how they vote on it.
Are we hitting them with a hammer and seeing how much they
No,
chip?
that one,
Or like what?
that one got me. That one got me.
Someone
The rest
threw
of them
up
are making
being
sense except for maybe the line. The line I'm calling BS. Whoever voted, come on. You know, the freshwater reel,
Yeah.
a $700 reel, it better be banging.
The saltwater reel makes
Yep.
sense to me. The ugly stick. I mean, you
Well,
want durable.
that rod
especially
caught
with
me off guard. I
fishing.
wasn't ready for the ugly stick rod to be. I was thinking all these other brands. Yep.
I was thinking pen.
All right. Here's the next one though. Now, best cold weather technical apparel. So think cold rainy day.
Columbia.
No. Good guess. It is actually the AFCO got that one with their Barricade rain suit. Once again,
Wow.
not a huge surprise there. Now, best warm weather technical apparel, which let me see. Okay, so we're talking stuff like this, like the sun shirts and stuff like that. What's your guess?
I want to guess Columbia again, but part of me wants to guess Namimi
Sims
Bay.
Solar Flex Guide Cooling Hoodie. So it's got the face shield built in. It's got the hood. Looks comfy.
Wow.
All right. Now, we deal a lot with fishing lures, baits, tackle. I mean, that's the job. So, best freshwater hard lure.
It's going to be a
Wrong.
crankbait.
It is actually a bladed jig.
No. Well,
And I
I
did
was
it-
going to say crankbait. That was
Wait till
my
I name
second
the brand.
guess.
I didn't realize they had a bladed jig. But this is the Berkeley Power Bait Slobber Knocker Bladed Jig. I love that name.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Slobber Knocker. Oh, man. You know who should have won that? Because I know he was there debuting one of his jigs. One Cast Fishing with
Cast.
the snagless jig.
Snagless.
Snagless. This thing.
He's not going to get the credit. He's
This
not Berkeley.
thing is
He's not.
amazing. If you guys haven't checked it out, go hit him up on Instagram.
It is.
One Cast Fishing. A snagless jig. And we're not talking a jig with a little weed guard. Wee. No. Think Texas rig, but with a jig. Why has it taken so
Exactly.
long to get a jig like this?
And you know, it's sad because he's not going to get the recognition he
You know
deserves
who's gonna,
because of
you know who's gonna give him the recognition? We are. If we don't, I'm gonna totally come over
We
there
are,
and
right?
sucker punch you in the face because this thing.
Well, you know how I feel about one cast, and I'm sure there's a lot of guys in the comments that are gonna feel
Come
the
on,
same
I
way
know,
as
I know
me.
the listeners out there, anybody on Spotify, anybody on YouTube, guys. How have we not thought of it? You take your EWG, so you can Texas rig, text spoke that, connect it to your jig. We're like,
bladed jigs, swim jigs, football jigs,
why
every
did it
jig you
take
could
so
think
long?
of, but weedless. So a weedless jig, drag it through the weeds, no problem. Imagine dragging a chatterbait through the weeds or the lilies or anything like that without having a snag, or just imagine how that's gonna up your game when you're in the water, on the water.
Well, before
not
I
in
throw a
the water.
rager, let's move on to the soft bait. Unfortunately, it was not the Hendrix Predator, which is the #1 most versatile bait you will buy. But since now that I broke the news that it wasn't the Predator, who do you think and what type of soft plastic do you think was the ICast 2022 winner?
I don't have a good guess for you. Is it Strike King?
It is also Berkeley.
Berkeley. Well, they pound
It is
their
the
stuff with
Berkeley Power
chemicals.
Bait. So, yep, chemicals. The Power Stinger swim bait. Now, I'm looking at this swim bait. What's the best way to explain that? Okay. I got it.
This book right here, actually, guys, John.
Yeah, what you got? Knowing
Look
Bass.
this up. Yeah.
Okay.
Get this book. This basically tells you everything you need to know about bass, and this is pretty much how I started my business. And it tells you a lot about Berkeley power baits in here and how they chemically infuse their baits to mess with a bass's brain.
But I was gonna say, for anybody that hasn't looked it up or can't, think your standard soft swim bait. So let's see, how many inches is this thing? 3.5 plus.
Okay.
It's got a nice fin style tail, so not a paddle, but a fin.
Okay.
But from the tail to about mid body is like a mesh material. Well, it's not a material, but it's like the plastic's like a mesh. So that's what's gonna help give it its action instead of doing the ribs.
Right.
I like that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
I wish it wasn't Berkeley doing it, but I like what they did. I'm curious what the action will do, because those little pockets in the mesh rubber plastic is going to give some bubble action. So,
well, I mean, Berkeley doesn't hold up that well from begin with, so I'm a little concerned with the mesh.
I think you look it up. Let me know, but I think you'll like it. One of the comments said the Guggen mag draft. Well, once again, I want to throw them heat, but
what was that bait called? The Berkeley
is the Berkeley Power Bait Power Stinger. My comment on the mag draft is it obviously works, because who is it? Chris Zaldine is the one that was working on that bait with the Guggens, and the man, I think, caught a huge bag on or if not one of the tournaments using that bait. Now, I can't wait to hear all the heat, because you have companies like Mega Bass, you got companies like why am I blanking? But there's been plenty of companies that have done baits like this. So I'll be curious to see the kickback on that, and see. I'm curious to know what they changed differently on their bait, because that's, like I said, guys, like I mentioned, that's the catch nowadays. It's hard to come up with something completely new. It's how you can make it your own. So I'm curious how they made it.
I will say, with Guggen, they do have unique colors. Their colors are much different than others.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are the same names, the same idea, but the sparkle, the colors are a little different. And what makes them different is salt content and scent. So you can sell the same bait, but if it has those different variables, I feel like it's different in its own way.
Now, the last two things we're not going to touch base on, because I'll admit I don't do a lot of it myself, but I'll just let everybody know listening, just in case they do. The best saltwater hard lure is a live target, live shrimp. I saw this thing. It looks exactly like a shrimp. It's crazy. Yeah. Live target does crazy things. So that one doesn't surprise me. Best saltwater soft lure. This one surprised me, but I actually just clicked on it. I might actually pick some up to fish freshwater. It's a Z-Man Kicker Crabs.
Mm-hmm. I knew when you said freshwater, and you might use it for fresh or saltwater, and you might use it for freshwater.
It's 3.5 inches in length, which is perfect. And it's got a little, I don't know, it's crazy. It's got a little paddle kicker, but it's not like a paddle tail. It's just a little paddle kicker in the back.
Probably something like snook or something like that. Something inland.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, man, that's crazy. So that was all the stuff on the best of show.
I mean, it sounds like a good time. I know Active Catch was there. He's doing a takeover box for us. Those are shipping out next week or so.
So
I don't know if you guys have you heard about the salted crankbaits?
I have. I need to order some because that's crazy. He already admits that yes, obviously the salt is going to wear down eventually, but you're still left with an amazing crankbait at the end of the day.
Listen, it's the point. You might get a bite, 2 bites, 3 bites, 5 bites with the salt on it, but you guys think about it. You throw a soft plastic bait with oil on it in the water. You don't think the oil doesn't stay there, right?
Nope.
I mean, unless you're using Jawtech or Hendrix, where the scent is infused. The scent's not leaving a Hendrix bait, and the scent's not leaving a Jawtech bait because it's infused
the
in the
scent's
bait.
not leaving me after I put one of those on.
Right. I actually, Kaylee hadn't smelt a new scent ever, and I bagged up a pack of Senkos. I left them on the counter, and she was like, "What's secret stench?" when she came in the shop because she was helping me yesterday, and I was like, "Find out for yourself." She's like, "What is it supposed to smell like?" I was like, "Just imagine the dumpsters at work or something like that." She picked up the bag, smelt it, and almost threw up all over the. It smells terrible, but it works.
It does.
It works.
It does. I'm not saying it doesn't because I'd be lying. I've caught some amazing fish on the Hendrix baits that have that scent on there.
And I'll tell you what, if you knew what it was, you would be absolutely surprised because it smells nothing like what you would guess.
Well, I'll leave that to your secrecy then.
Yeah, that's my secrecy. Especially since it's working.
So I'll be curious to see what everybody else's comments are. Like I said, this video will be uploaded for anybody that missed the live. We'll be curious to see what everybody else's thoughts are on ICast 2022.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hopefully have Hendrix represented in 2023. Like I said, maybe not with the booth because that's not kind of what we are, but maybe as buyers.
Vacation.
Because then we could hit some of these small businesses that didn't get any love on the awards and hit them up and be like, look, the big boys didn't like you, but we like you.
Right.
But
maybe we can start, there's a fine line. People get mixed up with manufactured small businesses and big businesses. You could manufacture baits and still be a small business. Beyond Braid, technically, is still a small business because they are not big enough to where they could be in that big business realm. You know what I'm saying? When you think of Braid, if we didn't tell you about Beyond Braid, you probably wouldn't have even known they existed. Where if we said Spider Wire, you probably knew exactly what John was talking about. So that makes them a smaller business. Another bigger business, but they are still a small business, Jawtech.
Yep.
Bass Reaper Baits.
Third Eye.
Third Eye. Z Baits.
Yep.
But those guys, they're bigger businesses, but they're actually technically still a small business. So therefore, they fit our description and who we support.
But well, enough about tackle talk. Before we end the live,
Yeah.
anything new going on in life?
Nothing new going on in life, man.
When school start back up?
School? I'm working in school. But it doesn't stop.
You know what I mean? Like when does officials? Like when's the actual school season start for you guys out there?
School season starts in September. Around September.
Okay,
10th.
so you're
Around November, I'll start my coaching. I'll be a junior varsity basketball coach this year.
ooh, upgraded.
Yeah. We'll upgrade, get to play around with the big boys, assistant coach with the varsity, so that's kind of cool. Those of you that don't know, I have a huge love for sports, baseball, basketball, fishing. Huge Knicks fan, huge Mets fan. What about you, John? Any sports?
So I grew up playing hockey, football, love those. Hockey's my number one love. So with my Avs winning the cup, I was excited. But I was going to say life-wise, I was going to say I'm excited for tomorrow. I think I told you already.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow. So for anybody that doesn't know, we're expecting our very first kid in October here. So come October, we might miss a week on the live because it'll be a little important week there for me. But I'm having a boy. We're excited. And tomorrow we get to do, and some of you guys may have experienced it, but it's like a 3D, 4D sonar thing to where we basically get to see our son.
That's awesome, man. I bet you're really excited.
Yes, and also nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You want him to look like your wife, right?
I hope so. If he looks like me, we're screwed. But trust me, I already got his first little sleeveless army shirt lined up for him. It's all good.
That's sick. That's sick.
He's gonna be repping the sleeveless army. He'll be doing it strong.
We gotta get him a cut off onesie.
Yep. I'm just excited to get him on the boat for the first time. Have him cranking his first fish on his own.
Yeah, he's gonna use one of those poles I was talking about earlier in the live.
Screw that. My son's gonna learn a bait caster from day one. We're doing it right.
$400 Shimano.
He's gonna learn the hard way. Start picking out bird's nests from age 5.
Yeah.
That way, when he gets older, he'll be a pro.
Right, he'll be ready for the game.
Other than that, tomorrow's Tourney Wednesday, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Jeremy and I are gonna go try to, hopefully get a bigger check. Last week, if you guys watched, or if you didn't, I'll ruin it a little bit. But we got a mulligan fish, which is kind of fun. There's a side pot that everybody chips $5 into, and if you catch anything but a bass, so they even said if you catch a frog, it counts if you can get it weighed. But frog, we caught a crappie. Nobody else caught a different fish, and a .37 crappie got us $45, which paid for our entry fee. So we're hoping to get more money than that this go around. We're finding fish. We just got to find the bigger fish.
I have some suggestions.
What you got?
All right. Obviously, I know you guys love drop shot, so you got to drop shot the predator.
Already rigged up.
Okay. And I want you to try to take the predator, right, and put it on a chatterbait as a trailer.
Ooh, I'll have to take our buddy Bass Grenade bait off with this dreadnought, but I will put a predator on.
Try a predator first. If the predator's not working, go to Bass Grenade because that's definitely a good option. But try the predator on the back of a chatterbait. Or, I have one other suggestion. It's a little weird, but try it on a spinnerbait, man. That for some reason the predator on those two baits have been killing it for me. I don't know why. That little bit of dangling going on in the back end of the chatter or spinnerbait it's been getting it done.
Okay.
It's gonna be hot, so you got to use the popper frog, right?
Yes, and I got the frog rigged up because the wind's not supposed to be that bad. But we actually have been fortunate. We went from super hot, 100-degree drought style weather. It's only gonna be a high of 80 tomorrow. A little bit of cloud cover.
Experiencing that as well.
So I'm excited to get the frog thrown. I think that's going to work, but I'm hoping the big girls are going to move up a little bit and get out of their deep hiding holes and want to come play.
Yeah, maybe flip the predator a little bit. I've been catching the bigs flipping. I've been using the predator 16th ounce, 3-aught hook, wide gap obviously, and then I've been just throwing it, letting it sink to the bottom. I use a spinning rod. I pull my slack. I give it about a foot slack. Let it hit the bottom, and then I start, I pop it, let it sink real slow, and then I tighten my line. I pop it up like this, real slow, and as I'm reeling, I'm putting my rod tip down. I go super slow, dude, and they've been hitting it.
So there you go. Guys, we're wanting some tips and tricks. Boom. If you stayed,
16.
This is why you stay around until almost the end, because we will divulge our tips and tricks. I maybe not tell you all my secrets, but I'll give you most of them.
Oh, I have secrets. I have a whole book of secrets, man.
But, well, to wrap things up, though, guys, I appreciate everybody staying around. Next week, we're going to get a little fun. I think next week we're going to dive into some a little bit of story time. We're going to make some fun story time. We're going to deep dark secrets.
Let's get somebody in here, too.
We'll work on getting a guest. We'll let you guys know on Instagram who we might be able to get in. But so stay tuned for that, as well as make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel, because if we can get this channel up to 200, go check me out on Instagram. We have a milk crate full of custom baits, big name baits, you name it, as well as a second prize, which was the July Hendrix box, as well as splash pack, going out once we hit 200 subscribers here on YouTube, going out to one of y'all. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Click the notification bell so you know when we go live for the lives, when we drop fishing content. Other than that, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, because we're going to be posting, ask us questions. And like I said, if you guys
Hendrix Fishing's due for a giveaway too. So.
And like I said, make sure you guys keep tuning in because you never know. We might be just give random stuff away for anybody that tunes into the live. So if you're able to jump in live on YouTube and watch this with us, jump in because we might do some little live giveaways. But hit us up on the Instagram. We're going to be posting stuff.
Yes, sir.
Drop us questions. Let us know what you guys want to see in these podcasts. What do you want us to talk about? We're just going to have some fun with it. Like I said, today was more of a episode 1. ICast just into it. Thought we'd wing it there with you. But let us know in the comments what you guys want to see. But as always, guys, as I say, good luck on the water, and I hope to see you out there. Tyler, anything else?
Live sale Friday. Live sale Friday. That's all I got to say. Thanks, guys, for joining. We appreciate you. We love talking, obviously. If we had more time, I'm pretty sure we'd talk for 3 hours plus.
We've done it before, but...
Yeah, we'll probably be live Friday, though, for a while, doing a live sale. We'll chat. We'll talk about stuff.
Bring your cold ones.
Yeah, bring your cold ones.
So,
I'm all for it.
all right, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see you next week.
See ya.